The drama begins with Kwon Shur-yeon, a very sweet, funny girl with enormous talent for singing and dancing, even though she herself does not see it that way. From the outside, she seems like an ordinary student who only wants to go unnoticed, but inside, she lives fighting with a pretty heavy insecurity. She is overweight, does not feel pretty, and since she has received mockery for years, she learned to hide before others could point at her. That is why she has an online radio program where she sings for her followers, but she never turns on the camera. She loves being heard, but she is terrified of being seen and having people react badly to her appearance. After a broadcast, Shur-yeon throws herself onto the bed and says a rather sad idea, even though she says it as a joke. Her dream is to graduate, lock herself in her room, eat, sleep, and never go out again. To her, that seems like the perfect life because outside she only finds looks, comments, and people who make her feel inferior. However, as soon as she smells food, she forgets the drama for a few seconds. She runs downstairs because her family is having barbecue, and there it is clear that, at least at home, her parents love her unconditionally. They let her eat, spoil her, and always repeat that she is beautiful. The problem is that Shur-yeon cannot manage to believe it. When she looks at family photos, she feels like life made fun of her. Everyone in her house is slim and attractive, except her. And that comparison hurts even more because she has a twin sister, Kwon Si-ah, who seems to have been born with all the privileges she believes she does not have. Although they are twins, Si-ah is thin, pretty, charismatic, and has a perfect image for advertising. She does not sing as well, but in the entertainment world, her face opens many doors for her. The difference between them is so marked that Shur-yeon lives feeling like the hidden version of a story everyone prefers to look at only from the pretty side. Si-ah works at an entertainment company and dreams of standing out as an idol or celebrity. Ban Hae-sung is also there, a famous singer with an incredible voice and a huge number of fans. Si-ah admires him very much, so much that she stays watching him sing as if she were in front of someone unreachable. But while she tries to improve her dancing and gain more presence, she also starts to feel the pressure of being surrounded by girls who envy her. She is pretty, yes, but that does not mean everything is easy. In that world, beauty helps, but it also creates competition, jealousy, and unforgiving expectations. One day, Si-ah's manager tells her that the company wants to film an interview at her house. In theory, it should be a great opportunity to show a warm family image, but Si-ah panics for a very ugly reason. She is ashamed of people knowing Shur-yeon. She sends her a message demanding that she hide during the recording, because she fears that if the public discovers she has an overweight sister, they will start making fun of her. Shur-yeon, although it hurts her, obeys. She removes family photos where she appears and locks herself in her room as if she were a shameful secret. During the interview, Si-ah talks proudly about her parents and pretends to have a perfect life. When the reporter asks if she has siblings, she lies, saying she has an older sister who lives abroad. Shur-yeon hears everything from her room, and the emotional blow is strong. To make things worse, at that exact moment she gets a terrible stomachache and needs to go to the bathroom. She tries to hold it in, but she cannot. She sneaks out, crosses the house as if she were escaping from a secret mission, and manages to reach the bathroom without ruining the interview. When everything ends, she confronts Si-ah and asks why she lied that way. Si-ah's answer is cruel. She tells her that she is ashamed of her and does not want anyone to associate her with an overweight sister. She even tells her that she wishes Shur-yeon would disappear from her life. Shur-yeon fills with rage and, for a second, imagines defending herself forcefully, grabbing Si-ah by the hair and returning all the humiliations. But in reality, she does nothing. She keeps the pain inside, like so many other times. The next day, school reminds her again why she wants to disappear. Shur-yeon walks with headphones on, her gaze lowered and her body hunched, trying to block out her classmates' comments. She has no real friends. They stare at her, laugh, bother her, and treat her as if her existence were a joke. Among them is Han Gyo-suk, the boy she likes. In her mind, she still keeps the absurd hope that maybe he sees her differently, but reality is harsher. He also participates in the mockery. Shur-yeon remembers what happened a year before, when she gathered the courage to write him a letter confessing that she liked him. She was not asking for too much. She only wanted to go out with him even for one day, as if that small dream could make up for all her loneliness. But a classmate found the letter, read it out loud, and turned her confession into a spectacle. Everyone laughed. Gyo-suk did too. Shur-yeon did not have the strength to answer. Since then, she has lived counting the days until graduation so she can escape that school. Meanwhile, Si-ah films a commercial with Ban Hae-sung. The scene should go well, but she makes mistakes again and again. Hae-sung, tired, tells his manager that he does not want to keep working with someone who depends only on her appearance and does not have enough talent. Sia hears part of that and is devastated. She tries to approach him, but Hae Sung rejects her coldly, criticizing her arrogance and lack of skill. For Sia, who admires him so much, the blow is tremendous. The girl who usually feels superior thanks to her beauty finds herself, for the first time, with someone she cannot impress. That same night, Shuryeon is with her dog when the animal runs away. She searches everywhere until night falls. Finally, she finds him beside an old woman who is on the ground. Without thinking, she helps her, carries her on her back, and takes her home. The old woman, grateful, reveals that she is a witch and wants to reward her with a wish. Shuryeon does not really believe her, but she decides to play along. Her wish comes straight from the wound she carries inside. She wants to be beautiful and slim like Sia. The witch gives her a necklace and tells her to wear it because it will make her wish come true. Shuryeon leaves without taking it too seriously, but shortly after, she feels a strong pain and faints. At the same time, Sia also faints during a dance class. When both wake up in the hospital, they look at each other and scream at the same time. Their bodies have been switched. Shuryeon is in Sia's body, and Sia is trapped in Shuryeon's body. At first, they think it is temporary madness and try everything to return to normal, but nothing works. Then Sia notices the necklace, and Shuryeon remembers the witch. They run to look for her, but when they arrive, they find the place closed with a notice. The owner has gone on vacation for a month. That means they will have to live like this for 30 days. They have no choice but to make a pact. Each one must pretend to be the other, take care of her life, and avoid anyone discovering the truth. Sia starts training Shuryeon so she can act like her. She tells her to be cold, confident, and a little arrogant, because in her world kindness is interpreted as weakness. She shows her dance videos so she can imitate her steps, but she is surprised to discover that Shuryeon dances very well. The truth is that she has practiced singing and dancing in secret for years, locked in her room, because it was the only way to feel free. Sia is shocked, although she does not admit it easily. When they return home, their parents are surprised to see them talking like friends for the first time in a long while. The sisters exchange phones and clothes, but the first problem arrives immediately. The manager calls Sia for a filming. Since Shuryeon is in her body, she has to go. When she arrives on set, they put makeup on her, style her, and treat her with a kindness she has never experienced. When she looks at herself in the mirror, she becomes emotional. For the first time, she feels pretty and accepted by everyone. While Shuryeon experiences the glamour of Sia's body, Sia experiences her sister's life at school. As soon as she enters, Gyo-suk and his friends begin to make fun of her. Sia becomes furious, but she tries to control herself so she will not ruin Shuryeon's life even more. Even so, she begins to understand something she never wanted to face. Her sister has lived through constant cruelty, and she herself was also part of that pain. On set, Shuryeon sees the tiny wardrobe she has to wear and is shocked, used to big, comfortable clothes. She also hears Sia's companion speaking badly of her, saying she is pretty but useless and without talent. When filming begins, her nerves work against her and she makes mistakes several times. Her companions blame her for ruining the performance. Shuryeon apologizes, and everyone is confused because Sia never apologizes to anyone. Later, Shuryeon calls Sia feeling defeated. Sia, surprisingly, encourages her. She tells her to trust herself, to imagine that she is singing and dancing alone in her room, with no audience and no pressure. Those words help Shuryeon breathe. When the time comes to perform again, she goes up on stage with more confidence. She starts dancing and then sings with a powerful, beautiful voice, completely different from what everyone expected from Sia. The audience is surprised. The crew applauds. Ban Hae-sung looks at her as if he has just discovered something special. When she steps down from the stage, Shuryeon trips and Hae-sung catches her before she falls. She feels like she is inside a dream. The singer she has always admired is in front of her, worrying about her well-being. Afterward, he sings on stage, and she watches him fascinated. That day ends with praise from everyone, even from the companions who criticized her before. Shuryeon returns home happy, feeling that for the first time her talent was seen without prejudice. But Sia does not take it well. Seeing that her sister shone using her body, she feels jealous. She pushes her into the water and then confronts her in private. She complains that she sang, because now everyone will expect Sia to have a wonderful voice when they return to their original bodies. Shuryeon apologizes and promises not to sing again. But just then, a message arrives from Ban Hae-sung proposing a duet. Sia, who has always wanted to get close to him, immediately changes her mind and asks Shuryeon to sing in her place to make him fall for her even more. The next day, Sia, in Shuryun's body, opens her locker and finds her diary. When she reads it, she discovers how deep her sister's pain was. The failed confession to Gyeosuk, the humiliations, the desire to disappear, the feeling of being worth nothing. For the first time, Sia understands that Shuryun was not exaggerating or being dramatic. She was truly suffering. Reading it stirs something inside her and awakens in her a desire to defend her. Meanwhile, Shuryun meets Hae-sung on the rooftop. He apologizes for his previous attitude, although in reality he is apologizing to Sia without knowing that he is talking to Shuryun. She forgives him kindly, and during the conversation, they both discover that they have a lot in common. Hae-sung feels attracted to her way of being, to her voice, and to that sweetness he did not expect to find. He hugs her, and Shuryun feels happy but also confused, because she knows he is falling in love with her sister's face. At school, Sia begins to change the rules. When she sees the girls who always bothered Shuryun, she decides not to tolerate another mockery. When they try to push her and humiliate her, she gets up with strength, confronts them, and leaves everyone in shock. She even mocks the leader and warns her not to touch her again. Han Gyeosuk watches everything and is impressed by this new confident and direct Shuryun. What he used to despise begins to catch his attention, showing how superficial he always was. Hae-sung, for his part, begins to think more and more about Sia, without knowing that the one who is actually making him fall in love is Shuryun. He sends her messages, looks for her, and finally confesses his feelings. He tells her that at first he hesitated because he feared people would think he only liked her for her appearance, but now he feels that he loves her personality and her voice. Shuryun, overwhelmed, also confesses that she likes him. They agree to meet after work, although one of Sia's friends secretly photographs them. The sisters begin keeping secrets. Shuryun does not tell Sia that she is dating Hae-sung using her body. Sia does not tell her that she faced the bullies using Shuryun's body. Both are causing chaos in the other's life, although they are also learning things they would never have understood from their own place. Sia discovers how painful it is to be judged by the body. Shuryun discovers how exhausting it is to live protecting a perfect image. As she reads more of the diary, Sia finds out that Shuryun once auditioned for a singing and dancing program. She had talent, but she heard the judges making fun of her appearance before she could prove it. That destroyed her and made her give up. Sia is affected, because she understands that her sister did not fail because of a lack of talent, but because society decided to close the door on her because of her body. That revelation pushes her to prove at school that Shuryun can also shine. When the bullies try to dance and do it badly, Sia corrects them, accepts the challenge, and dances much better than all of them. Everyone is impressed, including Gyeosuk. At home, tensions explode again. Shuryun wants to eat freely, but Sia reminds her that she should not ruin her body. Shuryun realizes that she read her diary and becomes furious. They start arguing and end up in an absurd fight, hitting their own bodies so the other will feel the pain. Beyond the comedy, the conflict shows something sad. Each one is still using the other's life without fully understanding the weight it carries. Then Shuryun decides to take advantage of the 15 days she has left. She wants to live the fantasy of being pretty, singing with Hae-sung, and feeling loved. In the studio, while preparing the duet, she discovers that Hae-sung has listened to her radio program. He loves the voice of a mysterious girl who never shows her face. Shuryun understands that, in a way, he already admired her before, without knowing what she looked like. She wants to tell him the truth, but fear paralyzes her. What if, when he sees her in her real body, he stops feeling the same? That fear becomes stronger when Sia, at home, accidentally opens Shuryun's program broadcast with the camera on. The followers see her real face and begin to cruelly mock her body. Sia tries to turn off the camera, but she cannot do it quickly. When Shuryun finds out, she is devastated. She runs to her room, cries with the necklace in her hand, and wishes that everyone would forget what they saw. The next morning, she discovers that the broadcast disappeared and no one remembers it. The necklace granted her wish. Shuryun tests the power with small things and confirms that it can make what she asks for come true. But soon she understands the price. During a performance, Hae-sung forgets the lyrics, and she wishes that he would sing perfectly. The wish comes true, but afterward he becomes involved in a plagiarism scandal and is accused of stealing the song. Shuryun understands that every wish related to someone close can bring painful consequences. Hae-sung sinks because of the scandal and locks himself in the studio. Shuryun goes to see him, hugs him, and encourages him not to give up. She reminds him that he has talent and that he should not let the comments destroy him. She sings with him, helps him practice, and gives him strength again. Hae-sung feels grateful, but she knows that everything is built on a lie. At school, Shiryun's former bullies approach Sia and ask her to teach them how to dance, promising not to bother her anymore. Sia accepts, enjoying that reversal of power a little. But when the month ends and they go to look for the witch, she is still absent. Shiryun, in secret, wishes not to return to her body yet until she finishes the duet. She no longer wants to let go of the dreamed life. And that shows that, although she learned a lot, she is also clinging to an illusion. Shortly after, photos of Hae-sung with Sia come to light. Reporters begin asking about their relationship. When Sia finds out, she explodes against Shiryun and accuses her of ruining her image. Shiryun defends Hae-sung and says that she loves him, but Sia tells her the truth that hurts the most. If he knew who she really was, he probably would not look at her the same way. At that moment, Hae-sung appears and defends the person he believes is Sia, pushing the real Sia to the floor because he mistakes her for a jealous fan. Shiryun freezes. That scene confirms her greatest fear. Hae-sung is not in love with her completely, but with the version he sees in front of him. Devastated, Shiryun decides to look for the witch again. When she arrives, she discovers that the woman died and that now her daughter has taken her place. The daughter explains that they will only be able to return to their bodies if they hold the necklace and wish it from the deepest part of their hearts. Shiryun returns and tells Sia. The two find the necklace after losing it, and in the middle of the search, they end up running together, laughing like when they were children. That scene reminds them that before jealousy and wounds, they were sisters who loved each other. Shiryun goes to see Hae-sung one last time to say goodbye. She asks him not to get upset if she suddenly changes. He hugs her and assures her that he could not get angry with her. That night, Shiryun and Sia hold the necklace and wish to return. But when they wake up, they are still the same. The reason is painful. Neither of them truly wished for it. One does not want to let go of beauty or love. The other, although she denies it, has discovered freedom in a life where she can finally eat, answer back, and look at her sister with different eyes. The real change comes when Sia is about to suffer an accident. Shiryun runs to save her, both are hit, and they end up in the hospital. When they wake up, they have finally recovered their original bodies. The doctor appears and turns out to be the same witch. She tells them that their mission is over. They learn to understand each other, to love each other again, and to look at the other's life without contempt. After that, Sia fixes what her sister left pending. She goes to talk to Ban Hae-sung and cuts off any illusion, making it clear that she does not love him. Meanwhile, Shiryun returns to her real life. Han Gyo-suk appears, apologizes for his mockery, and confesses that he likes her, but she politely rejects him. She no longer needs the approval of the boy who made her feel small. Now she has another goal and another love in her heart. Shiryun resumes her program, continues singing and dancing, this time with more courage. When Hae-sung needs a singer for the duet, he announces a competition to find the best voice. Shiryun signs up. She arrives nervous, but sings from the soul, remembering everything she lived through, what she lost, what she learned, and what she finally dares to show. The judges are stunned. Hae-sung recognizes that warm and sincere voice he liked so much, even before knowing a face. He chooses her to sing with him. Thus, Shiryun achieves what she always dreamed of, but this time without hiding behind anyone. She sings alongside Ban Hae-sung as herself, with her body, her face, her story, and her talent. And that is the most beautiful part, because in the end she does not win by becoming like her sister, but by discovering that she never needed to be someone else in order to shine. From that moment on, the story also leaves a clear lesson about the two sisters. Sia always thought Shiryun was weak because she did not defend herself, because she lowered her head, and because she seemed to accept everything without fighting. But after living in her body, she understands that enduring can also be a form of strength. It was not easy to get up every morning knowing that at school they were going to look at her badly, that the boys would make fun of her, and that any small mistake would be used to humiliate her. Sia discovers that her sister survived all that in silence, and that silence was not cowardice, but exhaustion. Sometimes a person does not answer because they cannot, but because they already carry too many battles on their shoulders. Shiryun, for her part, also stops looking at Sia's life like a perfect fairy tale. Before, she believed that her sister had everything solved just because she was pretty and thin. But by living in her place, she discovers the pressure of an industry where everyone has an opinion about your body, your voice, your attitude, and even what you eat. She realizes that Sia also lives trapped, although in a brighter cage. If she makes a mistake singing, they criticize her. If she eats too much, they judge her. If she does not smile, they call her arrogant. That life Shiryun envied also had a price. And for the first time she understands that comparing herself to her sister never allowed her to truly see her. The interesting thing is that the exchange does not make them perfect all at once. Both make huge mistakes. Shiryun gets carried away by the emotion of being admired and starts enjoying Sia's body too much. She falls in love using a face that is not hers, sings on stages that do not belong to her, and for a while wishes to stay there forever. That does not make her bad, but it does show how deep her wound was. She had waited so long to feel desired, respected, and seen that when she finally gets it, even with a borrowed identity, it is hard for her to let it go. Sia also fails, because she uses Shiryun's body to take revenge, to impose herself, and to correct everyone in her own way. But in the middle of those mistakes, both begin to heal. With Ban Haesung, the story plays a lot with the idea of what it means to fall in love with someone. At first, it seems that he falls in love with Sia because he sees her face and hears a new voice. But little by little, it becomes clear that what really attracts him is not just beauty. He likes that unexpected warmth, that clumsy but sincere way of speaking, that voice that transmits something real. The sad thing is that all of that belongs to Shiryun, although he does not know it. That is why her pain is so strong. A part of him is loving her, but without being able to recognize her yet. And that contradiction forces her to ask herself whether she wants a love built on a lie, or whether she would rather risk being rejected as herself. The necklace works almost like a trap disguised as a miracle. At first, it seems to fulfill dreams. It gives Shiryun beauty, attention, the power to erase mistakes, and even the feeling of controlling reality. But every wish leaves a consequence. The magic is not there to give her an easy life, but to show her what happens when she tries to escape her own identity. The more she uses the necklace, the more obvious it becomes that she cannot fix a deep wound with a shortcut. She can erase a broadcast, she can get food, she can help Haesung on stage, but she cannot make someone truly love her if she does not dare to show herself. That is why returning to their original bodies feels so important. It does not happen when they ask for it out of obligation, but when their hearts truly change. The accident scene between the sisters works as the final point of their selfishness. Shiryun runs to save Sia without thinking about the body, fame, or Haesung's love. She only thinks about her sister. And Sia, when she wakes up, no longer looks at Shiryun as a shame, but as someone she almost lost. That sincere connection is what breaks the spell. Not the desire to look better, nor the desire to return to comfort, but the family love that both had neglected. Then, when Shiryun performs in the competition with her real body, the story reaches its most satisfying moment. There is no necklace, no exchange, no disguise anymore. She is nervous, of course, because her whole life taught her to hide. But this time, she does not run away. She stands in front of the judges and sings with everything she carries inside. That voice that once existed only in a closed room now fills the stage. And when Haesung hears her, he is not seeing the pretty Sia he met during the exchange. He is listening to the mysterious girl he already admired for her talent. That is the true emotional justice of the ending. Gyo-suk's rejection also serves to close a cycle. For years, Shiryun thought that if that boy accepted her, maybe she would be worth more. But when he finally approaches, regretful and attracted by her new confidence, she no longer needs him. She rejects him without resentment, but firmly. That scene shows that her self-esteem no longer depends on someone from the past asking her for forgiveness. She can accept the apology, move on, and choose someone who values her voice, her heart, and her talent, not just an external change. In the end, the series does not say that appearance does not matter at all, because that would be a lie. Shiryun's world shows that people judge, discriminate, and often close doors because of superficial things. But it also makes it clear that a person's value cannot depend on those looks. Shiryun wanted to be like Sia because she thought beauty would give her a happy life. Later, she understands that what she truly needed was to see herself with love, defend herself with dignity, and dare to show the talent she always had. Sia, at the same time, learns to look at her sister with respect and to recognize that beauty without empathy is not worth much. Thus, both end up gaining something greater than a perfect body. They recover their bond as sisters and learn to love themselves without comparing each other. End of the drama.